lessons. Yes, I decided to put on this getup to look more scholarly. No, actually I do. I sometimes have to wear glasses. So, hey, it's Fanged Pipsqueak Greets, and I have this new kind of segment here now, just to celebrate that I have received 100 subscribers, so yay! That's super fun. I'm really happy that you guys wanna stay here and listen to me talk about books and stuff. But I decided, in order to celebrate, I would teach you a little bit of Icelandic. Believe me, it's not gonna be easy. I mean, I'm a native Icelandic here, and I have such a hard time with it. I think it mostly has to do with the fact that I'm like the whole studies that I've been in throughout my years, like throughout the years. The most thing that I've been like teached in, really, guys? This is what happens when I do unscripted and I get nervous and I can't speak anymore. What I meant was, everything that I was taught in was in English. So, you know, I studied English in university for 1 year, and of course that was taught in English. And then I moved on and decided to take Japanese, and they didn't have any like a Japanese person that had lived here in Iceland and knew Icelandic. So of course everything was taught in English and Japanese, and just all my media is basically in English. So my Icelandic might not be the best, so I don't know if I'm the best person to teach you guys Icelandic, but I'll try. Okay, so I have a couple of cue cards here, and just a little bit of a heads up. Like I said, Icelandic is not easy. It's pretty damn complicated, even for a person like me, as I mentioned. And yeah, so just a little bit, I'm just gonna give you read what I wrote on my cue cards here about like the Icelandic grammar. So, and I discovered that I had been describing the Icelandic grammars before, and it's completely wrong. I thought everything was conjugated, but no, verbs are just conjugated. So with in Icelandic grammar, nouns, they are usually declined both for case, for numbers, definitiveness, and gender. And with adjectives, it's similar. It's also declined for case, number, definitiveness, and gender. And in regards to definitiveness, it depends on if the adjective is strong or weak. And then verbs are conjugated for tense, mood, person, number, and voice. And voice, it depends. It's really depending on if it's active, passive, or medial. So, yeah, if you have your heart set on studying Icelandic, just beware that it has a lot of stuff. For those of you who have studied German, or at least are aware how the German grammar is, Icelandic grammar is similar to German. So when I was studying German in high school, it was, easy because it reminded me of Icelandic, especially in regards to the cases. So Icelandic cases, there are 4 of them. So we have a nominative, which we call in Icelandic nefnifall, and then we have accusative, which in Icelandic is þolfall. We have dative, which is þágufall, and genitive, which is eignarfall. And usually what we used when I was studying Icelandic, when I was a kid, we had these kind of helper guys to make us remember how we had to decline these cases. So, like for the nominative, we would put hér and then put the noun, and then for the accusative, we would put and then the noun, And then for dative, þágufall, then it would be frá. And in genitive, eignarfall, then we would put til. So if I were to decline one noun, let's just say the easiest one that we usually have when we are kind of trying to like, oh wait, which case should this be? Because I actually suck at cases now because my Icelandic has declined. But we usually use the noun horse or hestur. So how it's declined in these four cases is hér hestur, hest, frá hesti, til hests. So yeah, the noun changes, and it's even worse when there are like different, like I said, there are different kind of nouns, and they change when you decline them. I can already see you guys leaving the room. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this is kind of like how it is, and as I said, we have a gender where the nouns and adjectives are also declined by gender, and we have three types of gender. We have the male type, the female type, and the neutral type, and that is also changed. I mean, for example, hestur, you can also use another noun or another word for it, which is hross. And that's a neutral word. So if you were to decline hross in these four cases, then it would be hér hross, hross, frá hrossi, til hross. So it usually, it changes a lot. And if you would use like the female type case for a noun, let's just say meja, which basically means maiden. Hér meja, meyju, frá meyju, til meyju. So usually with the female cases, like the female noun cases, they don't change as much when you decline them. So that's a good thing to know. What else? I mean, if I were to go through every single part of Icelandic grammar, I would be here for a month. And I don't have that kind of time, unfortunately. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to teach you guys how to count in Icelandic. So, this is just a little brief Icelandic lesson. And it's only going to be like 2:10. So should be fine. You should be able to do it, but you should be able to realize that there are some things that are different. And then I wrote down a couple of words that you can try to pronounce yourself. They're kind of funny, and I encourage you to try to roll your R's as much as I do when I'm speaking Icelandic. But let's just start with how to count from 1 to 10. So, and I decided to write in the 3 genders because there are some cases where you have to use either one. So, repeat after me. For 1, 8. Ein, eitt. So here will be einn maður, ein kona, eitt hús. That would mean one man, one woman, one house. Okay? Einn maður, ein kona, eitt hús. Okay? Think you got it down? Let's move on to 2. Tveir. Tvær. Tvö. I think you might have a little bit of a difficulty with this little letter here and how we pronounce it. But for this is like tveir menn, tvær konur, två hus. So 2 men, 2 women, 2 houses. Tveir, tvær, tvö. I and might be probably a little bit difficult for you guys, but I have complete faith in you. Alright. Number 3. And now you see this little doodad here. This is, you pronounce it th. So it's basically like it's like how you pronounce it with the, you put the tip of your tongue. Do it like this. And basically just the one, this little letter is th. So, th. And in the cases of 3, þrír, þrjár, þrjú. So, 3 menn, 3 konur, 3 hús. 3 men, 3 women, 3 houses. Þrír, þrjár, 3. Okay? Now 4. It's getting a little bit harder now, but don't worry. It's just only through till 4 that is a little bit difficult. So 4. Fjórir, fjögur. I wrote that completely wrong, so fjórir, fjórar, fjögur. This really comes to show that I'm not the teacher material here. A lot of people have been saying like, you should be a teacher. I'm like, nope, I will make mistakes and I have no patience for students. But I have patience for you guys, don't worry. I mean, this shit is hard. So, again, fjórir. Oh, this is like the worst video ever. Had kind of like a tickle in my throat. I might edit it or not. I mean, as long as it's real as fuck. And so stupid, but let's just move on. Fjórir, fjórar, fjögur. Fjórir, fjórar, fjögur. So, 4 men, 4 women, 4 houses. And again, I think the might be a little bit difficult for you guys. And now the easy part. All of them are the same. From 5 till 10, everything is the same. So you should that's like the easier part. So for 5, fimm, 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 easy. So 5 guys, 5 men, 5 women, 5 houses. 5 men, 5 konur, 5 hús. And then 6. I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna like snicker at this one. Like when I was learning English, when I went to like an English teaching school or something like that in Broadstairs, Kent. Shout out to Broadstairs. When we were telling them how to count in Icelandic, a lot of teenagers, they snickered at this, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's similar in German, so meh. 6, 6, 6. So 6 men, 6 konur, 6 hús. And then your favorite word, letter for, no, I'm not gonna do that. For 7. Sjö, sjö, sjö. 7 men, 7 konur, 7 hús. 7 guys, 7 women, 7 houses. Sjö. And then for 8, átta. Átta, átta. 8 men, 8 konur, 8 hús. 8 men, 8 women, 8 houses. 8. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9 menn, 9 konur, 9 hús. 9 men, 9 women, 9 houses. 9. And lastly, 10. 10. 10. 10. 10 men, 10 konur, 10 hús. 10 men, 10 women, 10 houses. 10. And that's basically how we count from 1 to 10 in Icelandic. It's kind of easy. Like the most difficult parts are from 1 till 4, because that's how they are, like how these numbers are declined. But the rest is fine. And lastly, I want to read some words here in Icelandic, and I can encourage you guys to try to pronounce it yourself. So here we have the female word rjómaterta. Rjómaterta means meringue cake. Well, more like a cream cake, but like the definition and how we would put it in a concept is basically, you know, we put meringue and then a lot of cream and then meringue. So rjómaterta. And because we've been having a lot of those lately here in Iceland, jarðskjálfti. Jarðskjálfti. And this is a male noun. Jarðskjálfti. Am I feeling them right now? I don't know. We've been having so many of them right now, and I sometimes I just can't tell if I'm feeling, if there's one coming or if it's not. So you can try to say jarðskjálfti. It's a lot harder to say than the one in Japanese, jishin. Much easier. And then everyone's favorite, because we have to connect it to what might maybe happen in Iceland anytime soon. Eyjafjallajökull. This is the one that you guys can't pronounce at all. I know that, because some people said like I forgot my yogurt, and I'm like, want me to kick your ass? So Eyjafjallajökull. It's the double L's that will definitely throw people off. Like I said, like in my name, Villimey, it's pronounced like it has a DL or a TL. It really depends on like how it's pronounced. And again, this cursed letter will also tongue twist a lot of people. But Eyjafjallajökull. And then because I work in a mall, this is basically the huge ass word for it. Verslunarmiðstöð. Verslunarmiðstöð. So this little letter here is how we pronounce it, eth. So it's similar to thought. It has a similar pronunciation, but as you can see, the letter is completely different. But eth, and we use it for bath. Bath. It's the exact same pronunciation. So, verslunarmiðstöð. Try saying that a couple of times fast. And I also decided to read a writer. So in Icelandic that would be rithöfundur. Rithöfundur. So it's like two combined words put together. Rithöfundur. And it's a male name, a male noun. And I decided to put this, I decided to write this because it's it has a lot of R's, and I just want you guys to roll my R's like I do. So, ergelsi og pirringur. Ergelsi, pirringur. Og basically just means and. Ergelsi, pirringur. Pirringur. So by the end of probably by the end of the lesson, you're gonna sound like a lot like Eartha Kitt. And then we have here, skriffinska. Bureaucracy. I think ours sounds like, feels more, how should I say, better than bureaucracy. Skriffinska. think a lot of people would be able to say this better than bureaucracy. But, I don't know, maybe. Skriffinska. And I decided to put this here because there are some words here in which there are like 3 consonants put together. I don't know if that's common in English, but no, yeah, well, there are some that are common in English. It's not as common in Icelandic, but when you detect them, it's funny. So I decided to put fimmmenningar. The explanation is so long. Fimmmenningar. It basically means people who are related by having the same great-great-great-grandfather or grandmother. Fimmmenningar. And in this case, like, I think there are a lot of people that are here in Iceland that are fimmmenningar. And another example of like the 3 consonants. Þáttakandi. 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 So it's like a combination of 2 words. Þáttur and takandi. So þáttakandi. And lastly, because I like that word, uppvakningur. So the K, when it is associated with an N, it is in most cases like a silent K. So uppvakningur. I don't think a lot of people would say uppvakningur because it doesn't sound that right. So uppvakningur. Uppvakningur. Like fast. Uppvakningur. And it, as you can see, it means zombie. And it's kind of funny how we decided to translate zombie into this word here, because it basically means means, you know, up, and vakningur means to be awake. So it's like you should be down, you should be dead, but you have risen up and you're awake. And that's how we decided to translate it. Uppvakningur. So, yeah. Hasn't been a lot. I might do more of these lessons if you guys enjoyed them. But, you know, if you want to learn Icelandic, I highly recommend that you go to a properly experienced one, not a noob like me that, you know, doesn't really do a lot of good job, maybe. Depends. But I would recommend you can study Icelandic online for free. I think it's called just Icelandic Online or something like that. The University of Iceland is providing that. So if you are like, if your little flame for languages has been lit, by all means, I recommend that you check it out. It has some really good lessons and does it in a any approved way. Probably better than I did. But I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. I might probably take it myself at one point, just to spruce up my Icelandic. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be going back to my normal routine, like doing reviews and doing book mail and stuff like that. But if you enjoy anything like this, like a simple Icelandic lesson, or just, you know, a couple of facts about Iceland or something like that, I'll be happy to provide it. You can let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. But if not, I hope you've written everything down. Hope you got your cue cards ready, because I might quiz you on how you're gonna pronounce stuff later. So, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Bye.